All right, what's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Uh, the, the verdict put a spotlight on the justice system. I really don't like talking about this as much, anyways, but stuff needs to be talked about. First off, this Zimmerman trial verdict already put a put a bigger spotlight on what people have been talking about for decades. The fix was in collusion. To get is usually collusion to get a black person in jail. This time it's collusion to get a non-black person from going to jail. But the fix is in. It's no different from Casey Anthony. Fix was in, and people will say, what do those two things have in common? Besides Florida, wasn't her dad like a cop? Isn't old boy's dad a retired judge? So all these people are in the law field. Don't think it ain't calling favors, because they did, and you can tell that. Another thing, people talk about, black people are more violent, we commit more crimes. This put a spotlight on that. Nobody ever, nobody even know Trayvon Martin never committed a crime. But if you demonize black boys in general, in a general sense, he has to be generally a criminal. So, you can do whatever you want to a general criminal because generally he must be a criminal, like the rest of us. They put a spotlight on that. They put a spotlight on how the cops are in on it too, because explain something to y'all. When you go to court, if you've ever been arrested, if you ever went to traffic court, the cop who's there is not your damn friend. They're not going to be your friend. If you get arrested for getting in a fight, a cop ain't going to show up to court and say, that's my buddy. He just happened to get in an altercation. I don't think he started that altercation because he's a nice guy. Yes, he is. That contradicts being a cop and upholding and enforcing the law. First motherfucker I ever seen do that shit. Ever. Ever. Fix was in. For all you people who are kind of Ann Coulter-esque, hallelujah, yeah, we knew something was up when they had them 6 white jurors. I had a blog about that. 6 jurors I just left blank. I'm like, that's a jury appears, huh? Okay, we'll see how the jury appears thing go. But at the end of the day, this is what this country is built on. Give you some history lessons. This is the same country it was legal to shoot Indians for what, 5 cents or $5 a head. Just you got a reward for shooting Indians. The same country. The same country that, what, sent the 14-year-old kid to electric chest. Same country. Same country that had to get their child abuse and labor laws from animal cruelty because animals were more important than children. Same country. Same country where weed was legal, and then weed was illegal, and then alcohol was legal, then alcohol was illegal, now alcohol is legal. Same country that never prosecuted anybody for a lynching. you know, uh, by the way, I ain't even gonna get into that. Well, I'll get into that. Reason why the word picnic stems from lynching. Okay? Pick a, yeah, short term. Anyway, the same country that spies on your ass, and that's legal. Same country, you know, the same country that sends the army to a hurricane site when majority of the city people is black, and they come out there with their guns drawn. Same country, in that same city where the cops shot at the people, and the people and police officers were chopping off folks' heads to keep the evidence so they don't go to jail. for murder. Same country. Well, the law is for the lawless, and the lawyers all know it. So this just put a spotlight on what already is, which is this country is a setup legally, but there's a problem that I'm not even going to address. I'm gonna let life play itself out because see, people celebrate and celebrate and celebrate for George Zimmerman, and George Zimmerman is just a figurehead for most of you because most of you don't even like he ain't white really, so he could think he is. I mean, there's plenty of people who think they something and go along with the mindset. But the beauty of that is, see, the same time that they got rid of voting rights, don't address our civil rights, prop up gay rights, which not just the gay rights when I say that, but take away your privacy rights. At the end of the day, you're not going to be celebrating for much longer. So enjoy. Oh. Before I go, the same country we have to put a spotlight on after this verdict is over. Now all of a sudden, the guy's record comes into play. Now all of a sudden, fighting a police officer comes into play. Now all of a sudden, domestic abuse comes into play. Now all of a sudden, the racist MySpace page comes out of the woodwork. Now all of a sudden, it's another witness who saw everything. And now all of a sudden, uh, he's a child molester, which were things that were said previously, but were swept under the rug because it wasn't good for the case. So, all you people, y'all on Team Zimmerman, you go regret it, and his family's gonna regret keep popping up on television doing all the shit they've been doing. See, that's gonna come back to bite him in the ass. Cause in him, if I ain't mistaken, he just filed a civil suit against Trayvon Martin's parents. See, stuff like that, everything's gonna come back to bite him in the ass. It ain't gonna be too much longer. Peace.